gonna light some eros, some yummy, just like heart-centered incense that I have that sometimes I light just to kind of clear the space and just to feel into the yumminess. And there's no stick here, it's just one of those that you just light and then it burns on its own. So I just kind of wanted to feel that in my own space. So do whatever it is that helps you feel into this moment, lighting a candle, grabbing an object that reminds you of your beauty or a beautiful thing that you've had experienced in your life. So just bringing that into this moment, whatever, however simple it might seem, it is important. So just taking a moment to gather something, to place it. So then when you look towards the screen, especially if you're on a desk, that you have that, right? That you have that when you look towards the screen, you have that little object, right? All right, let's get started today. So just, if you can, just feel your feet on the ground, flat, right? So I want them, actually, I don't want your heels lifted up. I don't want ideally your toes lifted up. So if that means you have to put a blanket or something, a towel underneath your feet so you can actually have those feet flat, then I want you to try and do that, okay? And then grabbing any props. Many of you have been here before. I know you. So just getting any props you have, and then angle it a little bit towards the other way, Jason, so we don't have the desk is totally in the shot there. Okay. And shaking out your body a little bit, just kind of checking in, just moving in any ways that just help you arrive. And then finding some stillness. Either closing your eyes or looking down or with an unfocused gaze. And I'll ring the bell 3 times to bring us into your practice today, allowing yourself to listen with all of your senses. Feeling your feet on the ground. Noticing what parts of your body are touching the chair. Notice what parts of your body are in the space in the room. Feeling the support of the earth in this moment. Noticing the energies, the temperature, the sounds outside the room, outside your house, outside your home. Then notice within your room and just bringing that energy inward. Just focusing, letting that be a part of your moment or practice, and bringing the energy, the awareness into your body, into your breath. On your next inhale, lengthening the spine just a little bit more, and imagine the ears are over the shoulders and the shoulders are over the hips. Just making sure to take care of yourself throughout our practice. Adjust for your unique body. Listen to what your body needs. Deepening your breath. Feeling your belly push out on the inhale. And relax on the exhale. If it's available, breathing in and out through your nose. And bringing in a gentle rocking either front to back or side to side. Still with your eyes closed, just a gentle rocking to know that body has weight and that weight shifts. And as you're rocking, just noticing if there's any tension in any parts of your body. And then we're gonna send that tension all the way down your legs, all the way down into the earth. Your feet are touching the earth and they're connected. So you're just gonna give the earth any tension you no longer want in this moment with this gentle movement, circulating. Just imagine it, right? Even if we don't really feel it sometimes, right? You're gonna imagine it. You're gonna imagine that you're giving it to the earth. And then coming to stillness. Rubbing your hands together in front of your heart, creating some heat, some magic, some warmth. Only you can give yourself this. So just notice if your hands are cold, go a little faster. My hands, actually fingertips are a little cold, so I'm gonna go a little faster. Get them really, really hot. Yeah, I want them really, really hot. And then left hand to the heart, right hand over the left. Bow to your heart. With great respect and love, I honor my heart, my inner teacher. Bringing in your highest self to this practice, to listen to your body and what it needs. Setting a simple intention for yourself. One word. One more breath. Then release the hands down. Squeeze the shoulders back. Feel the chest lifting up. Inhale. Exhale, roll the shoulders forward, chin to chest. Rounding, we're just focusing on the shoulders here, so we're not rounding the mid back. We're gonna keep it up towards the scapulas into the shoulder area. Option one, just to keep the hands down. Option two, bringing the arms into it, cactus arms. And then exhale, forearms together, chin to chest. So pick the option that works best for your body today. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Just bringing in some gentle movement. And if your forearms don't reach, just doing your best to bring your hands together. Maybe the forearms come a little bit towards together because then the shoulders come a little forward by bringing the forearms together, right? But that's not always available for everybody. So just notice where you're at. Nice. Just a couple movements. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring our arms out to the side, all come into cactus arms. And if it feels better for you to come down into a W, this is more of a W, then do that. Okay, so cactus arms or W. Just don't want the shoulders coming up, right? So we're going to drop the shoulders. Yeah, nice. Taking 3 breaths here. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Spread them wide. Yeah. Ah. 3 breaths here. Feel the chest lifting up. Squeeze the shoulders back just a little bit. Elbows come back just a little bit further. One more breath. And release the arms down. And then we're going to inhale, reach the arms out like we're pushing into a wall. And then we're going to bring the fingertips down. So 5 times. Inhale, about shoulder height. Yeah, and I see some yawning. So I just want to say yawning is a good sign. I yawn a lot in my dance classes, and I'm always surprised, but you're tapping into your parasympathetic nervous system already. So you're already, by yawning, that's your body relaxing. So that's good, right? And then relax the hands down. Shake it out a little bit, shake it out. Kind of tap your feet. Shake out your wrists. Just kind of do a little shimmy, 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 right? Just kind of shake out. If you want to stand up, you can. I'm just going to stand up for a moment. Just standing up feels good, just to kind of do your own little dance, right? A little shake that. You can rumble, right? Or rumble here. You can do a little fists, right? Like imaginary running. So what kind of movement kind of gets you in to your body? And then come back to seated. Let's bring those knees a little wider. So ideally we're using a chair with no arms. So this is a little more complicated when you have arms, okay? Because then sometimes it just keeps you in, you can't actually go that wide. So just bring them as wide. My heels are aligned with my knees, so they're not going like this, right? So I'm not, this is more like kind of like a squat. So I just want I want parallel, right? I want those parallel. All right, and then we're gonna bring our hands to our thighs and we're gonna do some heart circles. So we're gonna inhale and exhale forward. And my hands are on my thighs because I'm using the strength of my arms. Okay, so as I come back up to seated, I'm using the strength. My arms and hands aren't just passively there. I'm using them. Still that same direction. And then I might bring in that cat-cow in this heart circle, right? Dropping down, squeezing the shoulders back. Same direction. We're still in that same direction. I'm kind of at the tip of my chair. Forgot to mention that. So kind of at the tip of the chair there. And go a little slower. Still doing this. Go a little bit slower. Really notice the tiny muscles, right? Even if you don't know the names of the muscles, right? Really tiny muscles near your neck and your shoulders and your arms. And then we're going to switch sides really slowly. So we're still doing that same side this whole time. And then we're going to switch directions. So starting a little fast and then going slower. So with your breath, everybody, beautiful, beautiful, just noticing what your body's feeling like, focusing on what feels good, right? I really like to focus on what feels good because then we can know what needs strengthening and where there is tension, right? So there's all of that. So just a little bit slower. We're still doing those heart circles. One more. And coming back to stillness. Let's bring the arms out wide, spread the fingertips. Inhale, exhale, give yourself a hug. Roll the shoulders forward, chin to chest. Inhale, opening. Exhale, opposite arm over. So we're alternating the arms. And I want you to go at your own pace here. So I'm feeling a little bit slower today with this particular movement. As I give myself a hug, I'm kind of really kind of settling into that hug. And I see this as nourishing and honoring my self-care and my intention for my practice. Every time I open, I'm thinking of that intention and then I'm bringing it into the heart, into the body, right? Not just in the mind, not just the word, not just the theoretical, the analytical. One more time. And just notice if one position just felt more comfortable than the other one. And then we're going to pause here if that's available, just for 3 breaths. If it feels to give yourself a little squeeze, a little shake, bring that in as well. And then release after those 3 breaths, coming down. And we're just going to, I want you to love the arms as they come down. So as you bring your hands to your shoulders, kind of crossing over and using your whole, this is another way to brush. We've done brushes before. I'll just remind you, this is one way to brush, right? You can brush your arm. Let's all do that 3 times each side. And as we brush, we're just saying hello, other side, to this arm, just appreciating. Anytime I do a brush, I'm bringing in appreciation and gratitude. That's my way, which I learned from Brima, right? That's just my way of being present. And then the brush with the hands and the shoulders, and then brushing all the way off your fingertips. So that's both arm brushing, right? And whole body brushing. So you're not just using your arms, whole body rocking. So that one more time. And I noticed I wasn't alternating. So actually you can alternate one direction, and it's so hard. It's so hard to do. And then alternate the other one, or challenging. I don't like to use the word hard. And then one more time. All right, let's do a fold. So let's hinge from the hips, right? So I'm gonna actually do it from the side. I often show it forward. So I'm just gonna show different. Go ahead and do it standing or seated if you already know this one. And then I'm at the tip of my chair here. And then I'm just gonna bring my forearms down. So I'm not rounding the back just yet in this position. Okay, in this position, I'm not actually rounding the back. I'm pushing in to my heels and my sit bones that are on the chair. And I'm just gonna pause here. So this is option one. We're gonna be here for, let's say 5 breaths. Let's be here for quite a few breaths. And then option 2 is bringing the hands down to the ground. You can even touch your toes or your ankles. And this is more of a rounding in this one. And then I want you to relax the neck, nodding it yes, nodding it no. Just looking side to side is good enough. Taking a couple more breaths, really sinking into this fold. Your spine is folding forward, right? That's what's called a forward fold. One of the many benefits, right, of the asana, the postures that we're doing, is moving and bringing fluidity, cervical spine fluid to the spine. And then I have my hands on my toes, so I'm just gonna rub my toes. Thank you, toes. I love you, toes. They're a little cold. It's a little cold in my house today. So I'm just gonna rub my toes. And I'm gonna bring my hands to my thighs if you're in that deeper fold. And then you're gonna push yourself up using the strength of your arms, coming to a seat. And then I'm gonna grab the back of the chair. So depending on your chair, you could just grab the bottom of your chair, right? So depending, I have a back of the chair here that I can hold. And then I'm gonna squeeze the shoulders towards each other, and I'm gonna lift my heart up for 3 breaths. Again, I'm pushing my heels into the earth, squeezing the scapulas towards each other, sit bones rooted into the chair, calm face. And then I want you to go back and forth from this position and the fold at your own pace for just the next 2 minutes. So it could just look like this. It could kind of look like similar to a cat-cow that we were doing, where I'm just kind of rocking back and forth. But again, your pace. What is your pace today? Do you need a little more energy? You might go a little faster, right? Build up some energy, build up some heat. And you might want to be a little slower. Say, you know what, I'm a little wired up already, too much coffee, whatever it is, right? Had an uncomfortable conversation, whatever happened this morning. So many things can happen, right, in a day. Then slow it down. Bring the energy down, 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 right? So you can squeeze the shoulders back. And then I'm going to show you, actually, for those of you who've done this a lot, or you're like, let me show you a different version with the strap. So continue. Oh, can you guys hear me okay? You guys can hear me. Nod if you can hear me. Yeah, okay, cool, thanks. All right, thought I had a technical difficulty, but I didn't. All right, so that was continue with that, or the alternate, just to try this out with a strap. If you want to try a new, different way to do this one, it's a little more advanced, okay? So we're going to bring the strap behind you, opening the chest here, and then you're going to fold forward with the strap. I'm hitting my curtain here. Folding forward, and then the strap kind of comes behind me, right? So, and then as I come up, I'm using the strength of my core and my heels into the earth. So I'm just rocking back and forth. This is a deeper shoulder stretch, so we're adding in the shoulders here by doing it this way, in a much bigger way, okay? So your pace. Really be careful with this one, yeah. All right. And then pausing, shake it out again, shake it out. Shake out the body, even stand up for a second. Let's stick out our tongue. Let's scrunch up our face. And then stick out your tongue, roll your eyes. Come into a lion's breath. One more time, scratch over your face, scrunch it up, scrunch it up. And stick out your tongue, roll your eyes. Nice. Let's do a twist in a little bit different way than we have. So I'm gonna leave my chair like this. It is a little hard, challenging to do it with this particular chair like this. So basically my side is facing the back of the chair. Okay, so just everybody look towards the screen and then the side of your chair. Yeah. And actually now my heel is kind of off the mat. So I'm gonna actually just put a blanket underneath my heel here. I know you can't see it, but I'm putting my foot on so now my foot is grounded on the floor, okay? All right, everything okay? Okay, so I'm gonna sit nice and tall, and then you're gonna just twist slightly. You're gonna use the strength of this bottom hand to just twist towards the back of the chair. Okay, so I'm gonna mirror you. Your left hand's gonna come to your right thigh, and then you're just gonna look towards the back of the chair and then the back of the wall there. And that hand is on the top of the chair. And then you could decide how far you want that twist. You could twist a little bit deeper, right? Move the hand to a different part of the chair to embrace that twist. Come out of it as needed. We're gonna do it a few times. So if you're like, whew, that was a little crunchy, just notice, or you don't want to go that far, then that's it. This is as far as you go. And then you're kind of just turning your torso, relax the shoulders, because that's what will happen sometimes when we twist, again, with the shoulders, right? And then look towards the back of your room. And either staying here or come out of it and come into it one more time. That's up to you, right? Some people need to just unwind, right? This is my square. This is my seated back, and I look a little twisted on the camera. And then bring the hand back and then look over one more time. Breathing. Nice. Look as far back as you can. How far can you see with your eyes? What's the furthest thing away that you can see? And then untwist. Let's do a fold, even wherever your legs are. It should be hopefully fine, if not adjust. And do any kind of fold that feels good. If you're ready for a standing fold, right? You can come to mountain pose and then fold forward. So you decide which version works for your body today. The seated one we did earlier, or you can come to standing. If you're in that standing forward fold, just make sure, those knees aren't locked. They're not totally locked. There's this tiniest bend. Hands can come to blocks, to the floor. Let's take 1 or 2 more breaths here. And then if you're in standing, bend the knees, arms come wide, come all the way up, and hands to heart center. Nice. All right, and let's do the other side of that twist. I'm gonna move my chair. I don't think you might have to move the chair. I guess you'll face the back of the room if you don't do that. So let's all move our chairs and you won't look at the screen. All right, so I'm doing the other side. So again, as much as I can, this kind of is in the way here for my total twist. I'm a little bit of an angle, so just do your best. And hand comes to the chair. Right hand comes to the thigh, find length in the spine, and then twist, and then adjust that hand on the chair. Up to you and how deep you want this twist. Notice how different this side feels. And then come out of it, or sustain, right? Like to come untwist, find length in the spine again, and then twist. We're gonna do that 3 times. And then untwisting, finding length in the spine again, and then again, adjust that hand on the chair, right? If you have a wall handy, you could even touch the wall. Look as far as you can on this side of the room. What's the furthest thing you see or notice? And then come back to center, and we'll do that fold one more time. So you decide seated, or if you're coming to standing, really find that Tadasana, right? Shoulders, heel, feet as wide as your hips. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. So up to you. Up to you, in which there's no wrong way as long as you're feeling and attuning into your body. Nodding your head in one direction and then the other. And again, as you nod, look. Little eye yoga, right? Where are you looking? What are you noticing? And then fold, maybe close your eyes, going inward. Bend the knees, arms wide, come up, whether you're seated or standing. Arms come up, arms come up, arms come up. Hands to the heart. Nice. All right, let's do a little bit of a leg stretch. So I'm gonna face the front of the chair here. And actually, can you move make it horizontal, Jason, so you can have the feet in the shot? Yeah, there we go. Turning up, there we go. All right, it makes it a little shorter, but then you can see me hopefully. So we're gonna extend one leg, and then you're gonna bring this foot out just a little bit. So your right leg out. And for some of you, this, actually, I don't think any props probably needed here. But actually, if you have a strap, for some of you, you might actually enjoy this with the strap. So bringing the strap over the foot. So if you have a strap, try it like this. Sometimes I would do this with actually another chair in front of me, but we're not going to do that right now. Maybe next time we'll set up 2 chairs. If everybody has 2 chairs, I can show you some different techniques with 2 chairs. So I want you to just feel, yeah, everybody has a strap. Awesome. Nod your head if you have a strap. Okay, cool. So one person doesn't. Okay, that's okay. It's your best. It's all good. You can also use like a scarf. So if you have a scarf laying around, you can do this. Inhale, and then we're going to exhale, fold forward just a bit. And what I want you to feel is also a hamstring stretch. And then you're using your other foot to support you. So this leg that heel is pushing into the earth. If it feels better to have it in front of you, you can try that out. There's a couple different ways to do that. Because I have a belly, I kind of like things out to the side. But some people, this might feel better, whether you have a belly or not, right? So just try it in both ways. So we're inhaling and we're exhaling, folding, and then you're using the tension of the strap to engage that hamstring stretch, okay? Yeah, and then looking down, relaxing the shoulders, and just do that a couple times at your pace. I'm coming back and forward. And release the strap. Bring both feet to center. And I just want you to notice the difference. I already feel and notice the difference with one hamstring and the other, but I want you to just pause for a moment. Close your eyes or look down and just feel into any difference that made into your body. And then I want you to prepare for the other side. So with or without the strap, it's just not as deep. As you fold forward, I'm at the tip of my chair. You're going to feel it a little bit, just not as deep without the strap. Okay, so it is helpful to grab a scarf or a belt or something, and then adjust. Try the two different versions of your feet, right? Forward to the side, and then at your own pace. Inhale and exhale. I'm having to adjust my butt on my chair for this side, which I didn't have to on the other side. So just notice what kind of adjusting you need. Use the leverage of the strap. So we're not leaning totally back, just enough to feel a pivot. Okay, so just a pivot in your hips. Socket. Back and forth. Yeah, this side feels a lot different. So my legs pretty much always and hips always feel a little different on each side. So I'm just noticing. I want to go a little smaller on this side. Just notice for you what is going on. You might pause for a couple breaths in the stretch. And then slowly coming back. Release strap for now. And I want you to lift the heels up and then bring the heels down. We're going to do that 5 times. So we're just lifting the heels and then bringing the heels down. Yep. Option 1 is just keeping your hands down. Option 2 is coming into cactus arms. And it's a version of kind of goddess pose here. Yeah. Nice. One more. All right. Good. Bring the arms down. Let's come into some side facing warrior. So again, you might need to angle the chair. You might not. I'm going to angle it so I can square in front towards the camera. For me, I do actually kind of put a blanket underneath my heel because with this chair, I'm going to have to probably just finally buy a new chair. I don't know what I've been doing, well, I've just been using what I have. I didn't want to buy, I usually teach chair yoga in studios. I don't actually do a ton of chair yoga in my home. So this is kind of a new thing. Oh, I'm actually doing way more chair yoga than I have. All right, so option 1 is just having your hips and your legs just like we have been. And then you can also extend one leg. Okay, so if you can, the heel is down. Okay, so my hips are squared towards the screen here. Okay, hands come to the waist. I'm going to look over my right shoulder. I'm mirroring you. Option to bring the arms up. Relax the shoulders, spread the fingers wide, look at your right fingertips. Send some love and appreciation to your arms and all that they do for you. Feel into your strength. This is a love warrior pose. Inhale, exhale, reverse warrior. So left hand comes to the chair or to the thigh. Right hand comes up, maybe over. And then we come back to warrior 2. Okay, so option 1 would just kind of look like your arms are hanging down and you're just gonna tilt from side to side. Okay, so this is option 1. Okay. Option 2, your arms come into it in each direction. So this is our side angle, warrior 2, reverse warrior. My heel wanted to lift up. So just make sure that foot is grounded. I want your feet super grounded for these warrior poses. So just notice your body and what it needs. Look away from the screen, look up as your hand comes up. Follow that right hand. Follow that right hand. Tune into the body. Either follow the right hand or close your eyes. So you pick which one will help you be more in tune to your body moving and not necessarily what I'm doing, right? Know the movement and then bring in your flavor. So important. Nice. Let's do one more time in each direction, each position with your arms. Yep, yep, yep. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring that forearm down, so that right forearm down. So option one is this, and then option two is straight. Okay, so I'm going to show you the option one first. And then you're just going to bring that hand up, and it might come over just a little bit more into a nice side stretch. Top shoulder comes back, looking forward or up. Breathing. And then option two is the bottom arm straight. Okay. So you decide what feels more supportive for you. One more breath. Beautiful. And coming back to center. Oh yeah. Whew. Yeah. Nice. Hands to the waist. Bend both knees. Let's do a fold. Standing or seated, your version of a fold. And let's actually do a couple heart circles with the shoulders, because that was actually kind of a lot of arm work we've been doing, right? So just kind of check in with the shoulders, come back to those circles. And I'm kind of doing a little cat-cow version in my circle. So just notice, I just want you to feel the undulation in your spine, right? So this movement, this wave. So when you think undulation, you can think of a wave. So can I bring a wave into my spine? And imagine the sacrum's connected all the way up your spine, all the way to your amazing, beautiful brain. Or we can also just say your, I guess, kind of like a canal, right? It's this canal that's swimming down. You're swimming down it constantly, up and down. They're connected. And then coming to stillness. So I can't emphasize enough how important that movement and then having the stillness, how much that relationship is important, right? So just consider that with that, whatever practice, whatever online classes you're doing, to take a moment, even if they don't offer it, to be still, to really listen to your body. Because sometimes if we're always moving, then we're not always aware of us, our body moving. It's kind of funny that way. All right, so let's do the other side. So I already moved my chair. I'm gonna bring a blanket underneath that left foot. So my heel and my whole foot can be rooted down. Again, option one is just like this. Option two, legs extended. And ideally, you know, I'm not bringing it here, right? I'm not at this weird angle here, even if my foot's down. Ideally, the ankle's right over the knee, right? All right, so you decide on your option. I just showed them to you. So hands to the waist, arms up, down. Relax the shoulders, bring the fingers nice and wide if you're in this position. Inhale and exhale, just appreciating your arms, appreciating your strength, adjusting for your amazingly unique body with your unique needs. And exhale, reverse warrior. Hand comes to the chair or to the thigh, and then comes down to side angle, just going at your pace. So again, following those left fingertips the whole way. Trying not to look at the screen, just following your movements, figuring out, oh, I did this on the other side. My body knows what to do, right? And if your arms get tired, you can always just leave the arms down, right? Just leave the arms down. The arms get a little tired. Nice. Beautiful. And then maybe the next time your forearm comes down, you might pause. Again, you can keep the arm straight or not. You might bring the arm up and over. And then I'm for those of you, especially even if your leg isn't extended, I want you to push into that heel, even if your knee's bent, push into that heel to find a little, that opposite heel, that right side. Get a little bit more length on that right side, your whole right torso, whole right rib cage, right? Looking forward or up, twisting that top shoulder back. Beautiful. And then coming back to center. Bending both knees. I'm going to push the blanket aside and then folding forward. You decide. I'm going to come to a standing fold, the wide stance here. So different kinds of folds. But every time I fold, I just like to think of my spine saying thank you. I literally think that almost every time I fold, because it's having to hold us up every time we are seated and standing. It is having to work super hard, right? Some harder than others, right? I don't know if I want to use the word hard, but you know what I'm saying. It's working. So anytime we're folding, anytime we're on our back, right, we're giving it a break. It's not having to work. Let's take one more breath. And coming back up. And let's do a supported downward dog with the chair or the desk. Many of you, everyone who's on this call did it, I believe, last week. I'll show you the one with the chair. Best if you can put the back of the chair up against a wall or on something so it doesn't push away, so you have some tension, okay? So definitely not a rolly chair is like the worst kind of chair for this. And I'll show you actually with the top of the chair first. Okay, so the top of the chair, you're just gonna walk back. This is just our version of downward dog, and then reach the hips back. So the hands, see, they're kind of high. They're about hip height. And then I might bend one knee at a time if that feels good. Okay, and then you can also try this. If you're coming out of it, I want you to walk towards the chair. Okay, walk towards the chair. But if you already know this, go ahead and continue, right? So I'm just showing you a few different ways for some new people. So you can bring the hands to the bottom of the chair, and you can also bring your forearms down, right? And then reach the hips back. This chair is not happy with that right now. So I'm just going to bring the hands to the top of the cushion. Just taking a few breaths. Nice, everybody. Doing your version. Beautiful. And then walk your hands towards the chair safely. Bend the knees, arms wide. Inhale all the way up. Optional backward bend. Engage the glutes here. Hips forward. And hands to the heart. Step onto the chair with one leg. Okay, so if that's available for you guys, yeah, nice. For y'all, we're gender neutral, but I just like guys no matter what gender it is. It's just hard to deconstruct that one. All right, so we're this is just a little bit more of a hip opener, a little bit more just for the inner thigh here. So I just want you to kind of lean over. We might bring our arm up or over. So it's a different version of kind of what we're doing with the Warrior Two. This is like kind of a different version. You can come out, do different versions of this. So option one is just bringing here. This is option one, okay? And then option two, bring your arms into it. Nice. And again, I'm pushing into this heel. This isn't just passively on the chair, okay? Pushing into the heels. And this side, this knee is slightly bent. It's not locked, okay? Let's just do a couple more. You got it. And then let's bring our hands to the heart. We're going to try a little balance pose. It's optional, okay? We're going to get that foot off the chair. We're going to bring the knee in front of us, and we're going to pop it down, okay? It's a little balance challenge here. So I'm going to scooch that chair, that foot off the chair, and then I'm going to balance on. So really find the balance before you move the foot. Find the balance on that leg, okay? I'm mirroring it, your left leg. And then very slowly bring that foot off and then bring it down. You did it. Good job. Oh, some of you went like this. So just notice that you're just trying. So the femur bone lifting into the hip socket. Okay. Oh, actually, maybe she's frozen. Actually, it looked like she was like, oh, that's so funny, Keeney. It looked like you were frozen like this. Anyway, I want you, whenever we're in a balanced pose, I want you to imagine the femur bone lifting in the hip socket. So whenever, so this can happen, right? And then we're like sagging on the side, and then we're bringing all the weight. And okay, so I want you to just feel as solid as you can, even if it just means this, right? I'd rather you do that than bring too much weight onto your hips. Okay, let's do the other side. Move the chair over so I can face you. And again, arms down. Option 1. Option 2 with the arms. So you pick the option that works for you. Again, it's a variation of Warrior 2 that we're doing that we just did with the chair, seated. This is our standing variation with the chair. And then we might pause, right, in some version. Hand doesn't have to be up, right? I just want you to find some nice length. Breathing, not holding our breath, adjusting for your body. And then coming back to center, hands to the heart. We're already finding the balance, okay? So just like the other side, I want you to bring all your weight, focus on something that's not, now that you know the position that your foot wants to go, you don't have to look at the screen, you don't have to look at me. So I want you to find a focal point beyond the screen, focus on that, all the weight's on the right foot, soft bend in that right knee, and then you're gonna scooch that left foot off the chair very slowly, and then it's gonna come off the chair. Knee's gonna come as high as you can, and slowly bringing the heels down, very slowly. Nice, everybody. That was a new thing I just came up with literally just now. Like, I've actually never done it. I didn't know how it was gonna go. Let me know what you think. I actually kind of like it because I'm always looking for new ways to do chair stuff. And I think I'm still balancing on one leg, and then I'm still balancing it. You can even have the heel on it, right? I'm still balancing it, and then slowly coming off, and then you could just come down, or you can bring it in and then down. Does that make sense? So always trying to bring in a balance pose, because balance pose gets us out of our head, right? Okay, shake it out, shake it out. Thanks for trying something new, everybody. I learned stuff too as a teacher, right? I'm like, I can figure out a new pose for chair yoga. It's like the same 20 poses, like, or 10 poses, you know, if you go online or whatever. I'm like, no, I can think of new ones. I can think of new ones. All right, yeah, just shake it out. Doing your dance, seated or standing, just do your dance, do your dance, do your dance, do your dance, do your dance. Snap your fingers, snap your fingers, snap your fingers. I don't see you snapping. I don't see you snapping. All right, thanks. I don't watch all the time, but I try and look at the screen and see all you all. It's like snap, 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 hip, 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 shake, yo, booty for a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. That just makes me want to love our bellies. So let's just sit down and love our bellies for a second. If you want, go ahead and grab a pillow or kind of a bolster. I have a perfectly shaped bolster for this. See, there's only about 6 inches here. That's how much I only need on this chair to feel comfortable for my body. That might be different for you, right? This feels so supportive, right? And you can also, if you have a bolster, you can actually do it the other way too, or even a mat. You can roll up an extra mat if you have a yoga mat to put it on your low back. And then you just kind of adjust it. I actually have it kind of a little bit, yeah, right at my low back here. And I'm not leaning back, this is me leaning back, right? So that's, okay. We'll actually do our love your belly exercise in a second. So just again, let's bring the heels up, toes down, and then bring the heels down. And then again, we can bring our arms into it. Inhale, And exhale, heels come down. Try the feet a little further apart. Exhale, let's bring lion's breath into it. Inhale. Exhale, stick out the tongue, roll the eyes. Let all that old stagnant air inside you. Ugh, gross. One more time. One more time. Do a roar, especially if you're not near anyone or you don't care what your neighbors think. Okay, so inhale. And it heals down. Just kind of notice what your body needs before we just come into some quiet time. So just kind of check in. Close your eyes, look away from the screen. I wanted to get that maybe to be a popular hashtag, like look away from the screen. Just kind of notice. And then let's do a version of pigeon. So maybe extend one leg, bring one in. This is option 1. And then option 2 is bringing one ankle up to one thigh. So you decide which version works for you. And just pause here for a moment, and you might just fold forward just a bit, just a couple inches. Just look at your leg, look at your thigh, maybe give it a little squeeze, a little love, a little appreciation. These top toes are flexed, the ones closest to your body, if that's available. And then bring that foot down, and let's just full body brushing on that leg, either just the thigh or all the way down to your calf, to your shin. I love your leg practice. And then let's do the other side. So again, you can just extend one leg, bring one in, just a little bit of a hip opener. You can even put that heel on a blanket or a pillow, or cross this side over, up to you. We're sitting nice and tall to start, okay? These top toes are flexed, and then I might fold forward just a couple inches and just notice the difference without judgment. And just maybe giving yourself some loving touch here. And then slowly bringing this foot down, and then brushing, whole body brushing, either just your thigh or your whole leg, just thanking this leg for working with the other leg. Thank you. And then starting to get comfortable for our Shavasana. I'm going to move this vertical, or grabbing a pillow, so whatever feels comfortable for you. And let's just place both hands on our belly, closing your eyes or looking down. So I want you to take a moment to appreciate our belly, maybe even rub your belly. I always think of the Care Bear stare, because I am a small child of the 80s, and you know, that is where they held their magic, was in their bellies. And then when they needed help, they would push their bellies, and rainbows and sparkles and sunshine would exit out through the bellies to heal and fight the demons. So when I think of sometimes of my belly, I just rub my belly and just appreciate it. And thank you for digesting food, belly. Thank you for helping hold myself up with my core, right? And helping us sit and stand. Thank you, diaphragm, for breathing. Just taking a moment to just feel into our belly and just love it, even if it feels challenging, right? Just to even go under your shirt and just feel the softness of your skin. Find one thing you do like about it. Could be how soft it is. It's such a good one. And then just find a place of stillness. If it's available, just bring both hands to the belly, to the low belly, or I want you to just have your shoulders relaxed, or you can bring just palms face up. Again, notice your feet on the ground, touching the earth, your roots touching down, the trunk of your body, the trunk of your tree, grounded, your limbs observing and relaxing. Taking a deep breath and a long exhale, blowing out of your mouth like you're blowing on hot soup. So it's really long exhale. Inhale and long exhale. Letting all the air out on the exhale. And continuing to breathe like this, invoking our belly breathing, deep inhale and long exhale, or just breathing naturally and comfortable. Whatever helps you fully relax in this moment for the next few moments. Inviting calm. And let's all take a big inhale and make some noise on the exhale. One more time. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Making fists out of your hands and then releasing them a couple times. And slowly looking, if your eyes are closed, look down, just at the ground with a very unfocused gaze. Bringing your awareness back into the room, back into this moment. Just noticing and reflecting what your intention was for this practice. Bringing it in one more time. Let's bring our hands together in front of our forehead as a reminder of clear thinking. To our lips as a reminder of clear speaking. And to our heart as a reminder of clear intentions, inner peace, and love to all beings everywhere. Namaste.